The verdict has been reached. The McDonnells guilty. CBS 6 News at 5 starts right now with this important breaking news alert.
A historic moment for the first time in history. A Virginia governor, a former Virginia governor, a convicted felon. I'm Julie Bragg.
Big moment here, and I'm Lorenzo Hall. Governor Bob McDonnell and his wife Maureen found guilty on many of the 13 corruption indictments against them. We have team coverage tonight from outside of the federal courthouse. Let's go now to CBS 6 anchor Bill Fitzgerald, who is live with our Joe St. George and Jake Burns.
Well, Julie and Zoe, a bombshell has gone off in downtown Richmond. The 71st governor of Virginia found guilty of 11 charges of corruption here in federal court. His wife guilty on 10 of those counts. Now, it seems like it suddenly happened, but of course, we got the indictment in January. The trial began July 28th. Now, almost 6 weeks later, we have these guilty verdicts. Let me take you through some of those counts. Governor McDonnell found guilty, as I said, on 11 of those counts. The first 11 charges in the indictment: conspiracy to defraud the citizens of Virginia of their honest services by the use of interstate wires. That's basically setting up the conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and that includes the 3 checks that the McDonnells received from Johnny Williams: the $50,000 check, the $15,000 check for the wedding, and then the $20,000 check that was sent to prop up their beach properties. Again, count 5. Found guilty of conspiracy to obtain property under color of official right. That's the actual getting of those things, not just the doing of it, the actual getting. And on those, he was convicted on all 6 of those counts. That is the $50,000 check, the $15,000 check, greens fees at the Kinloch Golf Club, some $2,380, $1,400. And then again, more checks for Mobo. That's the Virginia Beach Realty he set up with his sister Maureen. $50,000 there, $20,000 there. Now, Maureen's charges, again, she was found guilty on 9 of those. Our Joe St. George has been at the trial every single day. Joe, 6 weeks we've been hearing about this. You have to say the government obviously put together a pretty strong case.
It was probably the closing argument that weaved all of the evidence that you read out. There's so much of it, Bill. Your voice went a little hoarse at the end there.
Exactly.
It was clearly done in the closing argument when David Arbach, one of the prosecutors, stood up and emotionally pleaded with the jury, pointed at Bob McDonnell and said, "Don't let this behavior stand in Virginia." Clearly it was a narrative that succeeded for the government as they successfully convicted the 71st governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. This a big case for the Department of Justice. I can tell you that talking with members of the Department of Justice over the last 5 weeks, they were very nervous about this case. They knew if they lost this case, the stakes were big. Afterwards, the U.S. Attorney, Dana Buente, spoke with the press.
There's a bit of a commotion going on.
Michael Dry is stepping up right now. We're going to try to get some sound here as to what is happening. If I could just grab that microphone real quick. Mr. Dry, any comment? This is the prosecution team. Any reaction? Any reaction, Mr. Harbach? Mr. Harbach, you've delivered the closing argument.